Habari vijana wa kidato cha pili, tunaendelea na coverage. Leo hii ni revision, kwa maana kwamba maswali ambayo ni likely ina maswali haya mtayakuta kwenye mitihani mbalimbali ambayo mtaifanya mwaka huu. Kwa session hii ni session kwa ajili ya vijana wa kidato cha pili, lakini pia hata vijana wa kidato cha kwanza wanaweza wakabenefit kwa topic ambazo zinafundishwa kidato cha kwanza, na kidato cha tatu na cha nne wao pia ni sehemu ya revision ya content ya nyuma ambayo washafundishwa miaka 2-3 iliyopita. Kwa hiyo tukianza session yetu tena, kwenye session hii tunaanza na swali hili ambalo mnaliona hapo. The denominator of a fraction exceed the numerator by 5. The denominator of fraction exceed the numerator by 5. If 4 is subtracted from the numerator and the denominator remains unchanged, the resulting fraction is 2/5. Find the original fraction. Wow, such a good question. So solution, this kind of question, first of all, we're going to let x over y be the fraction. Let x and y over y be the fraction. So if x over y is our fraction, the relationship between x and y is such that denominator exceed the numerator by 5. So denominator is y equals to x plus 5. That is the first equation, very important equation. If 4 is subtracted from the numerator, so in the numerator we subtract 4 and the denominator remain the same, it means remain y, then the resulting fraction is going to be 2/5. So we are going to find x and y, and eventually x over y will be known. Higher. So from the second equation here, we can manipulate it a little bit. So you cross the multiplication here. So the equation will be 5 in the bracket x minus 4 equals to 2y. So you have 5x minus 20 equals to 2y. So a bit simplified equation now will be 5x minus 2y. I'll be taking this to the other side. So this is equal to 20. And this is actually a more simplified equation number 2. So we have this equation. We have equation number 1 here, y equals to x plus 5. So I can substitute exactly, I can substitute y in this equation. So you have 5x minus 2 times y, which is x plus 5 here, equals to 20. 5x minus 2x minus 10 equals to 20. 5x minus 2x, you get 3x minus 10 equals to 20. So you'll be taking this to the other side so that you have 3x equals to 30. And you divide by 3 both sides. Dividing by 3 both sides. So you'll be coming out with 3x equals to 30. And from here, x equals to 30/3, which is equal to 10. Okay, so that is x. So what about y? We are informed that y equals to x plus 5. So y is x plus 5. So it means y is 10 plus 5, which is equal to 15. So talking of the original fraction, x over y is actually now 10/15. Jumping to part B of the same question, a line segment AB is divided at point P in the ratio 7:5, where PB is 10 centimeter. find the difference between the length AP and PB. So a line segment, we have line segment here, and this line segment, it is actually named as AB and is divided at point B, point P. So this is point P in the ratio 7:5. So if we take AP divided by PB, it means you get 7/5. That is the mean of it. But we were informed that PB equals to 10 centimeter. So find the difference between the length AP and PB. So we are looking for difference between AP and PB. But before we go there, let us find actually AP. So taking AP over PB equals to 7/5. From here, AP over PB was 10 centimeter already. This is equal to 7/5 again. So you cross multiplication, you multiply by 10, of course. So AP, you multiply by 10 here, by 10 there. Eventually, AP now will be 7 times 2 centimeter, which is equal to 14 centimeter. Okay. So PB was 10 centimeter, and the other side was 14 centimeter. So the difference between these two sides, if we are looking for difference between these two sides, so it means taking AP minus PB, you'll be taking now 14 centimeter minus 10 centimeter, eventually you get 4 centimeter. So the difference we were looking for is 4 centimeter, dear students. And now we jump to question number 4, 4A. Question number 4A is a repeating decimal, so students were actually required to show their understanding when it comes to questions containing repeating decimals. So we're going to change all these repeating decimals into fractions, and then after that we are going to an apology. So we are going to change these repeating decimals into fractions, and eventually we are going to be in position to find XC ratio Y. So starting with XC, which is 0.4 repeating, by the way, this is actually 0.444. It goes to infinity. When you multiply by 10, both sides will be having 10XC equals to 4.4 repeating. If I have to subtract here these two, I'll be getting 9XC equals to 4. So XC will be 4/9. What about Y? With Y, so you have Y equal to 0.35 repeating. Actually, this is equivalent to writing 0.35555. 5 is always repeating. Multiply by 10 again, both sides. When you multiply by 10, you'll be having 10Y equals to 3.5 repeating, dear students. Or you just proceed with 5 as well, repeating. So 10Y minus Y is the same as taking 3.55 repeating minus 0.35 repeating. So 5 minus 5, 0, 5 minus 3, 2. You have 3.2. In the other side, you have 9 Y, dear students. So Y will be 3.2 divided by 9, which is actually 32/90. You simplify it further, you get actually Y equals to, by 2 will be 16, by 2 will be 45. Okay. Now we are looking for X over Y. because that is a ratio question. So having xc ratio y is the same as writing x over y, which is equal to xc 4 over 9 over 16 over 45, which is 4 over 9 multiplied by 45 over 16. You reciprocate the denominator. Yeah, so upon simplification, by 9 here 1, by 9 there 5, by 4 here 1, by 4 here will be 4, so you get 5 over 4. So talking of x ratio y, the same as actually writing 5 ratio 4, dear students. That is solution for this question number 4a. We are going to jump to question number 4b, and with question number 4b, we're supposed to make a the subject from this given expression here. So the way the expression is, you have p equals to w in the bracket 1 plus a divided by 1 minus a. I just rewritten the expression, and from here you can cross the multiplication. So you have p in the bracket 1 minus a equals to w plus w a. I just opened the bracket. I can consider the expression before opening the bracket anyway, so that we open the bracket together. So you have p minus pa equals to w plus wa. Mind you, we are looking for a, so collect terms with a, and the other terms will be in the other side. So if we do that, we'll be having p minus w equals to pa plus wa. So you have p minus w equals to a in the bracket p plus w. So to get a, you divide by p plus w both sides. So we'll be having p minus w over p plus w. That is the formula after making a the subject. I think it is clear. Okay. If it is clear, we jump to question number 5, and this is question number 5a. Find the value of x in the following equation. So we have exponents, and we are supposed to find the value of x. So the way you do these kind of questions, first of all, you break down, the base into prime factors. So 8 is equivalent to having 2 times 2 times 2, which is 2 power 3, while 16 is equivalent to having 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, which is equal to 2 power 4. So you're going to write exactly the way they are. You're going to write exactly the way they are. So I'll be having 2 power 3 power x plus 1 equals to 2 power 4 power x minus 3. Okay. So if you remember the exponential rule, the power rule actually, if you have a power m, then power n, this is equivalent to a power m times n. So by using the same rule, we are going to open the brackets. We're having 2 power 3x plus 3 equals to 2 power 4x minus 12. So because bases are the same, what you have to do, you have to compare the exponents only. And so I'll be having 3x plus 3 now equals to 4x minus 12. Collecting like terms, so I'll be having 4x minus 3x equals 3 plus 12. You got it right? So you have x now equals to 15, dear students. And that is solution for question number 5a. And coming to the next question, this is question number 5B in this paper. So we have algebraic equation. We have algebraic equation and we have to solve it. So with this, the easiest way, you put in the common denominator first. So this one here can be placed in the common denominator 3. So that by 3 here over 1. So by 3 means we'll be having 15k minus, in the bracket you have k minus 2 equals to common denominator here will be 2. So you're going to have 10 plus in the bracket 3k plus 1. And then you open the bracket. When you open the bracket, you'll be having 15k minus k plus 2 over 3. This is equal to 10 plus 3k plus 1 over 2. Add up like terms. So 15k minus k, that is 14k plus 2 over 3. This is equal to 11 plus 3k divided by 2. And from this stage now you can cross multiplication. So when you cross multiplication, I'll be having now 2 in the bracket. 14k plus 2 equals to 3. Then you have 11 plus 3k. Open the bracket once again. So you have 28k plus 4 equals to 33 plus 9k. And now we collect like terms again. So 28k minus 9k equals to 33 minus 4. So 28k minus 9k, 18 minus 9, you get 9. So this is 19k, of course, equals to 33 minus 9, you get 29. So k will be 29 over 19. Dear students, that is solution for question number 5B.